morning internet, and welcome to another one of my channels yet again. One of my videos, apologies. Yet again, it's a beautiful Saturday morning and I hardly had the chance to sleep this night for obvious reasons. Saturday mornings are my time off, and this is the time I get for myself and to spend some time in the Word, if possible, appreciating the good things this world still has to offer. I was going to go further away, but as a result of what I've just mentioned, it's been difficult to get some shut-eye. I wasn't the only one. Yesterday I managed to chat to one of my friends, and this is obviously a common denominator amongst especially us older folk that don't party as we used to, and therefore are deprived of some of the chemicals that used to place us under arrest, oftentimes before we even got home. But anyway, welcome to this beautiful day. Just want to show you the magnificence of the sun. There it is, and the blue skies that haven't been tampered with. Spectacular. And I'm going to take good use. My Bible's with me. I'm going to go to a closer place, but I am getting away because this is what having a motorcycle is all about. So I pray that some very positive experiences come my way. In the meantime, I'm going to warm up as I put my helmet on and find out exactly how much fuel have I got left for this exercise. That should be enough. And it is winter. She works like a Swiss watch, and all she needs is a ride. So I'll bring the rest of the footage to you when I get to the other side to appreciate and enjoy the wonder of this day. This is the day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. This time I'll bring no scriptures across to you physically. I will personally read one that's been placed in my heart, but I'll do that when I get there. Please forgive me for not bringing any footage of the motorcycle riding, because as you see, I don't have a place to place my video, my cameras. But anyway, that will be for another time. At least I have the motorcycle I've been chasing for so long, the VFR800. So while we're at it, to the intro. Well, I have certainly arrived at my place of destination for what seems to be one of the most vital parts of our morning, and that is for the great majority of us, coffee. I see others are doing more than coffee early in the morning, but that's not my case. Here it is. Anyway, here it is, the Plus Kombuis, Wegbron Plus Kombuis. It's the only way I find to be able to get away from Gauteng and the main roads, main arteries, even though this is one of them. But it's far enough and tucked in, as you can see, away from the noise and the hustle and bustle of Johannesburg. Okay, my breakfast has arrived, so excuse I've got food in my mouth, but I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible as a result of time constraints. These videos are meant to be exciting and full of content. So the content is the following. The scripture that the Lord placed in my heart last night as a result of a request that I made to Him came through as Romans 12, and that indicates as following. I'm actually going to read it so that I get it exactly from the book and not just from my heart alone, because my heart could be terribly deceptive. And it says in Romans 12 chapter 1, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good and pleasing and perfect will. Now there you go. That answers all the questions you need to know. Oftentimes life is outside of our control. The only thing we are able to take control of is our attitude and remain firm in the promises that are written in the Word. So that's it. I'll leave you with that one, and I hope that will uplift and give some encouragement to whoever it is that's going through some decision making. Right, it's time to go back and complete today's exercise. Farewell, Bergman plus Combase, and it's time to go and feel the wind and perhaps have a coffee at Bembon in the south. I'm going around the south just to make this trip with it, and I'll see what I can bring. So it's a beautiful day. I'm stopping at my last post before going home and getting ready to do a bit more work. I was meant to be cleaning the streets close to home today, but there are two groups, as I said. I missed the one because I had to ride a motorcycle. This is not all just about cleaning and working, okay? You're allowed to get out and get some, stretch your legs and get some air, and as I said, take time out. So this is pretty much all the footage I'm going to bring, but I just want to mention 5 things about the VFR800 that I don't like. One of them is a little bulky to throw around compared to the CBF600. The second thing is the fuel consumption. It's a little bit higher, unfortunately, than the CBF600 for obvious reasons, especially if you're using the VTEC, which, trust me, it inevitably happens. The third thing is maneuvering it in the box, in the house, in the garage. That is another difficult part of it. Because it's heavy, it could quite easily fall away from you as opposed to fall onto you. That is also relating to the stand, as you'll see. It pretty much makes the motorcycle stand upright. So it's very easy from going for the bike from going from that position to falling off to your left as you watch the bike now. And fifthly, final thing I don't like about the motorcycle, the windscreen. I think there's another one or two, but I'm just going to leave it there. I think the windscreen could have been a better effort from Honda pertaining to a sports tourer. If this is truly a sports tourer, at least the windscreen could have been done differently. So anyway, here I am at Bembon I've been here before in my previous video. The sun is still out. The clouds are, as you see, literally null. There are some scattered singular clouds, hardly call them cumulus, but beautifully set out day. The temperatures haven't gone up at all, and I've managed to have my part of the morning, which is quite rare. I have to go work, as I said. So I hope you've enjoyed the VFR trip today and what I've had to bring to you. I hope the scripture early on meant something, and I'm going to have my last coffee and head home, get dressed and go clean my circle. Right, and finally I've arrived, and I mentioned 5 things that I hated about the VFR. I'm going to mention 5 things that I love about the VFR now. Well, firstly, let's get straight to the point. First thing, most important, the red. I love the red VFR. They are as pretty as they come in this color. Number 2, the magnificent lighting that they offer. As you can see, there are 4 globes here, and these are designed the old school way, but the aesthetics of the plastics changed the round circular shape that they motorcycles were once designed with. The other thing I like very much is the dual combined braking system. There it is. which allows you to brake with just either the front or the back. If you use the back brake, 70% of the braking power is applied to the back and 30% to the front. If you apply the front, 70% is applied to the front and 30% to the back. The other thing I love is the single sidearm. As you can see, it creates a opportunity for you to remove the back wheel, put it in, take it out quite easily, and obviously a very, very attractive package to have a single-sided arm. The last two things, the suspension is fantastic, even though it needs to be, in this case, looked at, because she's wobbling about a little on corners. At the moment it's very comfortable, but I would prefer slight more rigid suspension. Finally, and perhaps the more important of it all, the engine. The V4 inside here in VTEC form offers a kind of performance that you're not going to find on many motorcycles. So you got the bottom end, you got the high end. She revs like an inline 4 16 valve, and she has the torque of a 8 valve under 6,600 RPM. So there you go. That summarizes pretty much everything in a simple form. The 5 things I hate and the 5 things I love about the motorcycle. I would add a 6th thing, which is the exhaust. The exhaust is also beautiful. It's tucked in underneath the seat, and it doesn't protrude on the bottom like the new generation and the last generation of the VFRs do. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed. God bless, and please pray for me and my ministry, whatever it is and where it's going. I've come across some interesting things recently with trying to keep the city clean. So yeah, spare me a thought or two in your prayers. It would go a long way. I thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless. Bye bye.